The Galactic Council had deemed them too dangerous to live. 17 Vacrian cubs, each no older than 5 solar cycles, huddled in the cargo hold of a derelict transport ship drifting through the outer reach. Their crime was simple. They were born predators, in a galaxy that had chosen herbivores to lead. Commander Rylan Cade found them by accident. Her patrol vessel had picked up the distress beacon while charting unexplored systems on the frontier. When she breached the hull, expecting pirates or smugglers, she instead found children, furred, fanged, and feral. Yes, but children nonetheless. "Command, this is Cade. I'm bringing them aboard," she announced over comms, ignoring the immediate protests from Central. Humans had learned long ago what it meant to be judged for what you were rather than who you could become. The cubs snarled and snapped when she approached, their amber eyes reflecting pure survival instinct. All except one. A small male with silver-tipped fur and a scar already forming across his muzzle sat perfectly still, watching her with an intelligence that belied his age. "What's your name?" Rylan asked, kneeling to his level. "Sarek," the cub replied in broken standard, his voice barely above a whisper. "They left us because we hunted. Said predators have no place in civilized space." Rylan's jaw tightened. She'd heard this rhetoric before. The Galactic Union had spent the last 3 centuries systematically marginalizing carnivorous species, claiming they were too aggressive, too violent, too primitive. Meanwhile, humanity omnivores who'd clawed their way up from Death World Earth sat in an uncomfortable middle ground, trusted by neither side. "Come with me," she said, extending her hand. "All of you." Over the protests of the Union and against direct orders, Commander Cade established a training facility on Terminus Station, a forgotten military outpost on the edge of human space. The cubs arrived broken, traumatized, expecting to be abandoned again. Instead, they found structure, purpose, and something they'd never known: belief. Rylan didn't try to make them less predatory. She understood what the soft Union counselors could not, that predatory instincts, properly channeled, created the finest warriors, hunters, and protectors in the galaxy. Humans had proven that throughout their bloody history. She woke them before dawn every cycle. Just as Earth's ancient warriors had trained, she taught them discipline, not through punishment, but through understanding their nature. When Sarek and the others wrestled, testing dominance as their instincts demanded, she didn't separate them. She taught them rules, honor, when to fight and when to protect. "A warrior without control is just a killer," she told them during one session, as Sarek pinned another cub in a training exercise. "A warrior with control is unstoppable." Years passed. The cubs grew into adolescents, then young adults. Sarek emerged as their natural leader, his early intelligence blooming into tactical brilliance. Under Rylan's guidance, he learned human combat styles, the disciplined formations of ancient Rome, the guerrilla tactics of Earth's resistance movements, the honor codes of medieval knights and samurai warriors. The Vacrians were natural pack hunters with senses humans could only dream of. Combined with human strategy and technology, they became something unprecedented. Rylan taught them to pilot fighters, operate advanced weapons systems, and think 3 moves ahead of any enemy. But more importantly, she taught them why to fight. "Power without purpose is tyranny," she explained during their ethics lessons, a curriculum no military academy would have included for mere predators. "You were abandoned because others feared your strength. Don't prove them right, prove them wrong." When the Exothari swarm breached the outer reach 3 years after the cubs' rescue, the galaxy learned what Commander Rylan Cade had created. The insectoid hive mind had overwhelmed 12 star systems in as many weeks, their numbers and coordination crushing every defense the Union mounted. The herbivore species that dominated the Council excelled at trade, diplomacy, and art, but when something wanted to eat them, they had few answers. Terminus Station received the distress call from a colony world 12 hours from annihilation. The Union fleet was 5 days away. Sarek, now a full warrior bearing scars from countless training battles, looked to his human mentor. "They're the same ones who left us to die," one of his packmates growled. Rylan met Sarek's eyes. In them, She saw the scared cub who'd asked her why predators couldn't be civilized. She also saw the warrior she'd shaped, the leader she'd forged. "Your choice," she said simply. Sarek's claws extended briefly, then retracted. "We go," he announced. "Not because they deserve it, because we're better than their fear." The 17 Vakrian warriors deployed with a precision that stunned Union observers. They dropped behind enemy lines, using pack tactics enhanced by human training. Sarek's squad moved like shadows with teeth, their natural predatory abilities amplified by discipline and brotherhood. They didn't fight with rage, they fought with purpose. The Zathari, accustomed to overwhelming disorganized defenses, encountered something their hive mind couldn't process. Coordinated predators who thought like humans and hunted like apex killers. Within 6 hours, the Vakrian pack had eliminated 3 command nodes and scattered the swarm's ground forces. The colony was saved. When the Union fleet finally arrived, they found Commander Cade and her warriors waiting. The same council that had ordered the cubs destroyed now faced 17 apex predators who'd just saved a Union world. "Commander Cade," the council representative began, his herbivore features twisted with discomfort. "You violated direct orders. She saved us." Sarek interrupted, his standard now flawless, his bearing military perfect. "She took abandoned cubs and showed us what we could become. Not despite being predators. Because of it." He stepped forward, and the council member flinched. Sarek noticed but continued calmly. "We've proven predators can be civilized. Can you prove the civilized can be just?" The silence stretched. Finally, Ryland spoke. "These warriors are offering their service to protect the Union. Not because you welcomed them. Because they chose to be better than your judgment." One by one, the Vakrian warriors moved to stand beside Sarek, forming a perfect line. Abandoned cubs no more. They were warriors, forged in discipline, tempered by purpose, and unbreakable because one human had refused to give up on them. The galaxy would learn to respect predators again, not through fear, but through the example of 17 warriors and the human who'd believed in them when no one else would. Commander Ryland Cade allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had always specialized in finding potential where others saw only problems. After all, humans themselves were predators who'd learned to be civilized. Perhaps that's why she understood the cubs from the beginning. Sometimes, the fiercest warriors are made from the ones everyone else abandons.